Hello and welcome to InfoVet Center for Entrepreneurship's YouTube channel. I'm Aditi Tibrewal, a final year entrepreneurship student at Ashoka University. In today's episode of Guftagu with Shark Tank India entrepreneurs, we have with us Yogesh Shinde, who is the founder of Bamboo India. From working in IT industry for 14 years to being an entrepreneur, I'm sure it's been an interesting journey. So let's hear it from the man himself. Without a further ado, I'll welcome you, Yogesh.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aditi.
So, for anyone who might not know, could you tell us in brief what Bamboo India does?
Okay. So Bamboo India is, first of all, thank you so much to having us on this such a wonderful show. My name is Yogesh, and we are first generation startup from Pune. We started in 2016, and now on 15th of August we are celebrating our sixth anniversary. And so we are. So this is a very beautiful journey so far. Before joining the bamboo industry or this entrepreneurial journey, I was with IT industry for 14 years. So I cover. So I had a decent career in IT, right from the assistant software engineer to assistant vice president in world's third largest bank in London. And After spending around 5 years abroad, I thought, okay, let's go back to India and do something at groundwork, working with the farmers, working with the entrepreneurs, something which I really contribute back to the society kind of stuff. Because during my complete 10 year, 14 years, I never write a single code for my in domestic client. So that guilt was there. So I thought, okay, let's go back to India and do something. And now it's almost 6 years, and we are very much happy. So what we are doing, yeah.
That's amazing. But I'm very intrigued on what triggered your decision to actually take up something for India specifically. Like, was there a point
Uh,
where you were like, no, I want to do this now?
no, there is series of point during my especially German stay. I saw this farmer suicidal incident increased in India in 2009 to 2013 14. So that time I was, so we everyone in my group were discussing about the farmer suicide, and the government is not doing something for them, the loan waiver and something. So everything was just you can say the reaction mode. Everyone was in the reaction mode, but no one was in the proactive mode. How to stop that? So, so once the person is committed suicide, uh, then money giving to their family, there will be no use at all. The loss will be not be recovered. So I thought, okay, let's give some jobs to their hand apart from their existing crop. And that time I came across bamboo, and I realized bamboo is not a primary crop in India. It is always been a supported crop. So why not make a supported crop in a better marketing placement so that they can earn a decent amount of money? So that was the vision, and that's why I chose bamboo.
Nice. And how did you expand your team? Because you have always worked outside India. So, when you started up in India, did you find difficulty in building connections or building network?
No, not as such, because this is completely different world altogether. I was working with the corporates where everything is very systematic. Being a software engineer, I was having that advantage in my place. So whenever we hired people, we are not hired for their skills. We are hired people with their attitude, so that I know the skill can be earned, learn easily. But attitude is something you have to develop yourself over the period of time.
And when you're pitching the idea to somebody else, have you faced any challenge? If yes, what has been the biggest challenge?
Initially, we before Shark Tank or before we met our major clients. So whenever we approach, we have not approached any investors so far. Shark Tank was our first approach to any investor. Before that, I approached many banks for the loan, but they simply refused to give us a loan, because in India there is nothing, no bamboo success story as of now. So we are the first who developed this bamboo business in a corporate way.
But since you have been, so you worked for 14 years, right? And then you came into entrepreneurship. So do you think this is the ideal way? Like people should always gain experience before they start up? Like how does that work according to you?
Exactly. So I always, in my all lectures or all my session, I always try to convey that after your college, you should do at least 3 to 4 years work in some 2 to 3 companies for sure. This is not because to earn money, but to earn or learn the processes. So what are the SOPs? How the company actually works? Because till the college time, we are always in our own dreamland, and it is we can't imagine how the real business is difficult, how the people management really works, how the company works without someone. So that is you have to learn first. So that is the reason I always ask people to join any company. If you want to join a startup, you want to join as a small MNC or a smaller company, please do your job for 3 years, learn something, and then you start your own company so that you can made a lesser mistake.
Since you mentioned about mistakes, what are the three mistakes that you wish you could have avoided?
Mistakes three. I can tell you 300 mistakes.
Top three.
So the biggest mistake is we always go with our guts. So I think gut gut feeling is one thing. Definitely you should go for that, but the data is more important. You should learn. You should start working on your own data. How many customers you have, how much, from which city you are getting the customer, what kind of a product they are buying, what kind of a mentality or emotion behind that buy purchase. So that you have to learn a lot. The second thing, uh, uh, try to trust people, because the people you are working with, uh, showing that you are trusting them. Just give them work and just forget it. Uh, because trust is the only thing that you can get your work done. If you are constantly behind them, okay, have you done this or done this? So that you have to uh, monitor. And third, the important thing, initially, at least initially, you should not invest from you should not expect something from the others. You should demonstrate yourself first. So maybe staying in the late in the office, or stretching your work style, stretching your financial goals. So if you demonstrate, then automatically your colleague, your staff will follow that. So that is the three things I learned a lot. So that was the mistake I initially did, but yeah, over the period of time, it is a learning curve, you can say.
Coming to Shark Tank India, since this was your first time you actually went for the funding aspect, so do you think the pitch was different? Like, how different was the pitch from a conventional investor pitch?
Actually, when I received a message from Shark Tank that we have selected, and the audition round happens, and they told us, okay, start preparing your own pitch. Till that time, I was not much very sure how to go ahead with the pitch, or what is the pitch is all about. I was know about the elevator speech on 3 minute speech deck and everything, but that is only theoretical because I never participated in any fundraising before that. So it was just like, okay, so how to deal with that? But thanks to Sony Television support staff, they really help us a lot. So when we created one, you can say, one skit about how to introduce Bamboo India, how to tell them the facts and figures which we had. So we created one small skit, and we just presented in front of Shark Tank crew members, and they really appreciate. They really enjoyed. And then I realized, okay, this is something new we can bring on the table, because it is very easy to go in the corporate branded T-shirt and jeans and present the same. But I thought, okay, so we are representing some old Indian traditional business. So why not wearing the Indian attire? Rather than then we thought, we have a the we are not making one or two products, we are making around more than 50-60 products out of bamboo. So why not carrying the raw bamboo along with me? Okay, that gives a different picture. So raw bamboo to the finished product, they will see the entire flow. So that was the concept behind our skit. And the Sony Television support staff, they really appreciated the skit, and they help us to evolve that speech. They help us to uh, changing some words like, okay, try to avoid million and billion, try to bring lakhs and crores, try to bring as much as Hindi possible in your speech, so that at least people should know, because most of the audience are Hindi background, so they just want, so they just fine tune the skit, and then it went well also. So I really got lots of appreciation for our presentation on the screen that time.
Yes, it was really good and it was really clear. And now I get the aspect of like you carrying a bamboo, because otherwise it would have restricted to the few products. So carrying a bamboo was actually like, oh, there's so many possibilities of making products out of it. Makes sense. So how did you decide on a counter offer? Because I remember you asked for 80 lakhs, and then there was a different deal that was finalized. So did you have a threshold in mind that this is bare minimum that we're going for?
Actually, initially, before when we started this practicing and all, that time our offer was simply like, okay, let's go because our valuation was 20 crore, that I was aware. So I was thinking of going for the 2 crore for 10%. So that was our first offer. But during the discussion, or when I was discussing with the other participant, we understood that with just half an hour discussion or 1 hour discussion, it is very difficult to convince someone for 2 crores, right? So that's why we just reduce our. So I thought, okay, let's lower down to uh, one lesser than 1 crore, so that at least it will be in lakhs, because crore is something big amount. So that's why we offer them 4% for 20 lakh, 80 lakhs for 4%. But when we started interaction, I was pretty sure that uh, even if we get 50 lakhs, it is good for us. Even if the counter really goes like, okay, 1% for 1 lakh, that also I was happy, because I want their expertise. Money was the very later thing. As I told you, we are cash positive companies since day one. We don't have any debt on our company, so we are very much flexible. We just wanted someone who can come on board, because in our company till date we don't have anyone who is a great sense of marketing or D2C market.
Yeah.
I had a quick rapid fire. That's all I was left with. So there
Sure.
will be a question and you will have just 15 seconds to answer.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so describe entrepreneurship in one word.
It's a journey of perseverance.
One advice to budding entrepreneurs.
Just believe in yourself.
How do you deal with failures?
Just enjoy it, because it will not happen again for sure.
And what keeps you going?
The smile face of my customers.
Last question. A book you recommend every entrepreneur to read?
Honestly, I'm not the very good book, but yeah, Man Mein Hai Vishwas. There is a book from with Dr. Vishwas Tangre Patil, who is the additional commissioner in Maharashtra Police. So I just read their book recently, and yeah, it was a great book.
Thank you, Yogesh, for doing this. It has been a very interesting discussion, and I'm sure that everybody is going to pick up a lot of things from this conversation. Thank you again. And to everybody who is watching, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned to Guftagu with Shark Tank India entrepreneurs, because there are many more exciting episodes coming your way. Till then, don't forget to visit sharktankindia.com and refer to the database of Shark Tank India participants from season 1. Bye-bye.